But if electric vehicles are all the rage, why do you need subsidies to induce people to buy them? The United States has handed out up to $10,000 to each buyer of an electric car. Fewer than 0.5% of its cars are battery electric, because almost all the support goes to the rich, who also have a fossil fuel-driven car that they can drive further. The electric vehicle is a second-hand car used for shorter trips and, of course, virtue signalling. Almost 10% of Norway's passenger cars are electric vehicles because of incredibly generous policies that waive most costs, from taxes to tolls to parking and to congestion. Bowen and Keane, to put it bluntly, have no idea what they're talking about. Most scientific studies show that electric cars will increase in sales. That's correct. But they will not take over the world. And by 2030, they forecast about 13% of new cars will be battery electric. So when people like Bowen talk about prohibiting fossil fuel cars by 2030, they're effectively forbidding 87% of consumers, that's if they can take 13 away from 100, 87% of consumers from buying the cars they want. Yet the New South Wales government is going to spend $400 million of your money over the next 2 years building charging stations that won't be used. The International Energy Agency estimates that by 2030, if all countries live up to their promises, the world will have 140 million electric cars on the road, 7% of the global vehicle fleet. This will make virtually no impact on emissions. Why? Firstly, Matt Keane, Chris Bowen, you're saying that electric vehicles will drive down emissions. That's rubbish. Just part of the new religion, because electric cars require large batteries, mostly produced in China using coal power. Secondly, the electric car is recharged on electricity that almost everywhere is fossil fuel based. But you see, to satisfy this latest electric vehicle religion, governments, without proof, without providing a single piece of paper to justify what they are doing, are writing cheques with your money because they believe that electric cars are a major climate solution. You see, all personal cars are only 7% of global emissions. As I've said before, when Bowen talks about, quote, giving Australians better access to options that will allow them to never lift the nozzle on a petrol pump again, he's not telling the truth, just reading from a bureaucratic script, preaching the new religion, electric vehicles. It's grandstanding. So simple question, are we going to be sucked in? This is just another religion, at the altar of which we're meant to worship. Count me out.